Hello, and welcome once again to the Despejando Enigmas channel.
Cosmic Agency, how are you?
How are you guys? We are going to have a little discussion on some of the questions because there have been many.
Save him.
And let's go. Some that matched more or less with what we wanted to talk about. Follow a line, not wandering all over the place.
Yes. First, before getting into the questions directly, how are you in general? I'm leaving tomorrow, by the way, as I'm visiting with Bongo, and I return tomorrow. So, well, how are you? How was my visit?
Man, your visit is always pleasant because you're a person with a lot of energy, with a great desire to do things, and, well, in fact, we have done many things and recorded them for my other channel that I have somewhere.
That's right. And I also recorded for my other channel that I have there.
Sorry?
Personal.
Keep talking.
So we didn't record it until the last day because we were doing things.
Because tomorrow you leave.
And then we're tired in the afternoon, so we leave it like that for the last day. Tomorrow I'm leaving. I'm a bit like this with Spanish. Forgive me. So everything is fine. A lot of snow here at the moment. So I enjoyed it because where I am, a bit further south, there wasn't that much snow. It's a bit less pretty to my taste because if there's snow, I like it. But when there is no snow, the atmosphere is a bit sadder. So I enjoyed the snowy atmosphere here.
Yes.
Everything is very good. And I forgive as well, although I understand that I don't have to ask for forgiveness. But asking for forgiveness. But I haven't done much work this week. I thought I was going to do more, but as I already said, there wasn't really an atmosphere to focus well on work. What else? How are you? What else could you say before getting into the questions?
No, I'm like always. I mean, as always, good. I always have my frequency state good.
Yes, we are fine. We are, well, fine, more or less. Now we will get into this aspect as well of the contact itself. How it is that for the aspect of the contact, how it is now less and in fact is on pause. We will also talk about this. Well, this is different than before.
It
so, yes,
is really different.
Totally different. So yes, we can't say we are, jumping for joy because things have changed in the way that
radical, right?
That
I mean,
lies,
they're
that we understand. But also, I think we miss the kind of contact we had before. But we will also talk about that. Okay? I will leave it for when this question comes up. But that is just to answer how we are. Well, we are more or less here. But on the other hand, we are also fine. Because we always carry this personal frequency.
All right. Come on.
That is not affected by these types of external circumstances to our own core, right? Which is our connection with ourselves, with the universe, that is always untouchable.
Progress, yes.
Right? And this is untouchable, and this always gives us the strength to move forward. And we have our goals, tasks, and interests to fulfill here. So with all this, we continue. We keep going the same way.
Yes, we still need to move forward. I have many ideas in my head, huh? Other video formats. I mean, let's go. My mind is always working to innovate, huh?
And you will also talk about
like
you
with
ideas
your
if you want to mention them. We are going to enter. We didn't take questions that, for example, in the solar system, if there was something, technical knowledge, things they give, we are not them. So I do not want to give the knowledge that is more for them to explain, which I do not know. I do not know many things.
Something totally different. I mean, I'm a person who leans more towards topics of metaphysics, spirituality, spiritual growth, No, I don't focus on pursuing other things that I also like. In fact, on my channel, Retagarta, I'm going to start in a month or less than a month writing my own articles based on information from them and discussing current events. That's what I'm going to do there, aside from, well, continuing with the topics of Jashi, Athena, and so on, and so forth.
By the way, it's pronounced Yasi.
Yaper.
Yasi. He always says it wrong. Yasi.
Yes,
Yasi.
yes, yes.
And how do we know? Because Yasi herself, when she joined a few years ago, she connected with an audio. There were filters there, but she connected and told us how to say her name. And she said Yasi.
Yes.
Yasi.
E,
Yasi.
I've repeated it, I don't know how many
And she repeated
times.
it many times and laughed. Yasi.
So, well, you heard nothing.
Let's continue.
What I'm clear about is that what we are doing is going to lead us down a good path. What is that good path? I don't know.
It doesn't taste
I
like
don't know,
potato?
but I'm very clear about it. I mean, the path we are on is going to lead us to a good place. Which port? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I never regret anything I've done in the past. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. There's nothing I would erase. So, I prefer to be here, in this line, in this timeline, and see what happens.
What a heat this light
Too
gives.
much heat.
No, not too much. It's
No.
fine.
No, I have it on my back.
What a really nice
Come on,
heat.
I'm going to show it well
I
here.
like it. Okay, questions?
All right, it says, Gosha, before establishing contact with the Tegetans, on your channel you conducted several interviews with figures from the spiritual world. My question is, did you find similarities or completely the... Sorry. Did you find similarities or complementary messages in some of those interviews with the information provided by the Swaru Tegetians over these 7 years of contact?
I would have to review the interviews because honestly, this was a long time ago. It's true that before this contact, I did interviews, for example, with you, because in fact, my channel started with an interview with Robert, and I actually haven't appeared in this video yet because my idea was I didn't want to appear. So the idea was not to appear, only to give my voice behind the camera, to be like the camera woman and ask questions. So if you watch this interview with Robert, the first interview before the contact on the mountain, I still hadn't appeared. And then someone encouraged me to go ahead, that it's more personal. Well, and then I kept interviewing more people. And in fact, I was lucky. I don't know how, because I didn't really, I went looking, I managed to interview many people, you too. I interviewed Paula Harris,
well,
Ricardo
me too.
Gongon Gonzalez, Michael Sala.
Fits like a glove, blondie.
You to Laura Eisenhower, Stephen
Michael
Bassett,
Sala.
these people.
For the goal of, well, never mind.
This people from this world, right? Exopolitical. We're analyzing a lot of the information from these people at this moment. So I had to review what was said there and what was later complemented with the Tajitian information.
You interviewed
But
Katie here too. What's the baby's
Carrie
name?
Cassidy. Yes, but for example, the one thing that comes to mind, well, that complimented me quite a bit, is that when I interviewed Paula Harris and Ricardo Gonzalez during their reunions, they were talking about their extraterrestrial contact. And Ricardo Gonzalez was recounting that, telling how he was meeting with them and I don't know what. And then Paula Harris said she had the privilege of having an encounter with a very strange and enigmatic being who said one word to her. Thank you.
Thank you.
It said...
Here, it's something gigantic.
Thank you. And I remember she said it was something spectacular, that this being came out of the tree, or I don't know from where, near the tree, and gave her this word. Thank you. So what complimented me here in this aspect, and a lot, more than it complimented, is that the contact, it doesn't have to be like that, enigmatic and strange and mysterious. They are people who talk like you, communicate like you. So
they're going
they
to
go
the
to the
bathroom.
bathroom. This not only complemented, but radically changed my thinking about how these extraterrestrial entities that come out of the clouds say thank you in a very, very, very strange way, like ghosts, right? That are so inaccessible. So this complimented me a lot, that they are very accessible and very human-like, speaking normally, not like
Well, but I think the question was if it complemented the information of the. Well, I remember some of your interviews you did, and I won't name names.
Why not? You can say.
Because what I'm going to say now is not good for those people. I can say that the information they gave us has nothing to do, not even remotely, with what the people you interviewed. I mean, they are two completely different lines of information. Let's see. The New Age has nothing to do with the information we're sharing. And you, the people you interviewed, many of them were from the New Age world.
Well, I interviewed, for example, Michael Salla, who was speaking about exopolitics, about the secret space program.
But you interviewed people from the New Age, and some of them during the time of the golden blowguns. They boasted that they had won them, and you interviewed those people. Maybe you don't know, but I am a very observant person. And what else? Sure, the world of exopolitics is light years ahead, and sorry, right? It's not that I'm arrogant, but the exopolitics of these people who have written books on exopolitics, Paola Harris, book on exopolitics, Michael Salla, book on exopolitics. What was his name? Alfred Weber, book on exopolitics. I have all three books, and all three signed by the authors. Well, unless they've been thrown in the garbage in Barcelona, I had all three. None of those three books on exopolitics have been of any use to me. It didn't even come close to the reality of what exopolitics is. Not at all. So, it fell very short compared to their information.
I swear to you that I don't remember. They are simply, I remember the secret space program and these matters about Antarctica, in which Michael Salla was explaining about the Nordic beings from Antarctica. Well, all that was further complemented. Now we know and understand much more about what happens in Antarctica, about the meetings there, about the levels of the cabal. All this, well, I don't remember. I would have to watch interviews. Next question, because otherwise we go in circles.
Let's see. Oh my. Do you think that after all the corruption shown by Mary in her videos, the United Federation of Planets will change course? And allow a first, in quotes, first contact. I am optimistic and believe it could happen with some kind of restriction.
The first contact of what kind?
I imagine
official,
an
like
official
video,
first contact.
audio
Official?
of being shown to the public.
Well, I'll answer first. Since the question was for me, frankly, I would say no. No, because it would break the life purpose of most people incarnated on Earth. Being here on Earth is basically about being completely isolated from what is outside of Pachamama, which I have around. And no, it's not going to happen because the matrix would fall. Here, the charm of this planet is that we're a farm and they are milking us energetically from all sides. So this is the charm. If you break this charm, what sense does Earth have? I say, could it? Well, it's not that it could. In fact, it has already happened. As they say, speaking from a more extended vision, is everything already done? I mean, is the Earth already ascended? Is the Earth already contacted? Is everything done? But in this one we're in now, in this timeline we're in now, no. It would take a lot for things to change.
By revealing so much corruption in the Federation, do you think nothing could change there?
Well, let's see. What I see is that by revealing all the information that Mari is revealing, which Yaski, Swaru, Anika, and everyone have also revealed, it is true that it is making a change inside people on an unconscious level. In the end, this changes the collective unconscious, which is to change the matrix so people can actually see what's happening and wish. So they wish to manifest things that have nothing to do with what we are manifesting now. But the reality now is this, that it is necessary for these non-terrestrial entities that Earth be an energy farm. Just like that, with the excuse that this will give us an experience on a consciousness level.
But that is exactly the point. This is an excuse. And it is being shown more and more among the star races that this is an excuse and strange things are happening. So I think, as Robert said, Not for now. At the moment, no, it's not the time for first contact for now, but I think with all these efforts that we are all making here from both sides, well, with what Mari is doing, revealing corruption and uniting more races and raising awareness among more stellar races, I think all this is part of the process of transformation and the exit from the matrix for humanity at some point in the future. So I say for the moment, no, but this is changing and reforming. We are in the process of reformation, I believe.
Could it be faster? Yes, but nobody's changing any date, any pieces. I mean, this is going very slowly. Nobody's doing anything. Everyone knows that those who govern the planet are up there directing everything happening on Earth. And, well, for example, we have the President of the United States of America, Carrot. I say this because I don't want the video taken down from YouTube. So, well, this one in 2 days. He is capable of digging, of ending the conflict right next door between Rus and Ukraine. So, if this person is capable of cutting this off in 2 days, wouldn't the United Federation of Planets be able to cut everything negative on Earth in a moment? To give us all a positive experience? Of course. What happens is that they want to keep Earth as it is. I mean, forget about the purple mantle and the...
we are all trying to change all of this. None of us would be doing this work if we thought that this situation couldn't be revolutionized. Of course it can be.
Let's see.
That's
the situation,
why we are here.
You can change the situation on an individual level.
And then collectively as well.
Yes. But first individually, on an individual level, there are many people here, many people who are listening to us, who are already living in what the New Age calls 5D. The only thing is that those people who are living in the 5D, since they have no reference points, they don't know it. But yes, there are people who are manifesting happiness and abundance and living, let's say, wonderfully. And others, well, they are manifesting negative things. Astral parasites, larvae. They believe everything that comes from official and governmental media, no matter how intelligent and sensible that stuff is. And since they are the majority and we are the minority, a very small minority, well, the world is as it is.
Okay. Next.
Hello, Gosh and Robert. Question: how to avoid being overwhelmed by vibrational dissonance in daily life like a giant wave? Thank you, dear ones. Thank you, dear.
How do you know that was from a woman?
I don't know, but it gave me the feeling.
Because like less is beloved.
Exactly. Thank you, dear ones.
It's feminine Buddha. I can say for myself that for me it's not so difficult. It's not so difficult how to make day to day so the vibrational dissonance doesn't overwhelm you. Nothing overwhelms me because I speak for myself, then you speak for yourself. I am actually not really in the matrix. I am in my own bubble where many things don't touch me. Not because of luck, because I don't believe in luck, as they say. Thank God. I also don't believe in God. It was the source. I say thank to myself, to my own manifestation of the current personal situation. I am not in the context of total. Some aspects, yes, but totally of the matrix. I mean, I don't go to the office and I don't have to deal there with bosses or with AM employees with taxes there. All this doesn't affect me. I live in Finland, but I'm not inside the Finnish system either. I'm in my own bubble, in my apartment, making my videos. And from there I am well. I am creating my own vibration. And I choose myself what I pick from the matrix, what I like. If, for example, I like going to the city to have iced coffee, which is now my recent obsession, iced latte coffee, then I go and yes, this is from the matrix, right? But I like it, so I take it, I choose it. I choose myself what I want from the matrix. Because, there are things within the matrix that, yes, you might like. But the key is you choose what you want for yourself from the matrix. So what's up, Roberto?
No. What? Okay.
So I don't get waves of anxiety, of dissonance, because I don't enter situations where I might experience this dissonance. I don't go into banks. I don't really go into governmental institutions very rarely. So I am surrounded by my own frequency mostly. So this is my answer. I go to nature a lot. Spend a lot of time in nature listening to music. This helps me a lot. Spend a lot of time with your personal projects, your hobbies, having your own hobbies, those very creative ones. It's very important because it helps you relax a lot. This is what makes you connect with your own core, their inner of being creative, right? With the videos you make with your caravan. Me making my videos with my caravan, with my travel channel. This relaxes a lot. It connects you with yourself. So doing personal things, hobbies, this helps.
More or less the same for me. I mean, vibratory dissonance. Let's see. The other day I was at the Spanish embassy in Helsinki. And, well, I think I have such a high frequency that the embassy did not lower my frequency. It is true that what brings me down is the frequencies, everything related to lawyers, notary, from Spain. That lowers my frequency a lot. I mean, one of those calls, well, my sister receives it, but it lowers my frequency. Hey, the lawyer says that the notary, goodness. Hey, haven't you had enough? Leave me alone here among the ducks and geese. But I try to forget it and, to settle things and forget about it as quickly as possible. Hey, I take the sled and go down here in the mountains and get rid of the parasites and these larvae.
It's just that I'm thinking, yes. Because you mentioned what lowers your frequency. Of course, there are things that lower my frequency too. For example, in my case, my clothes. Lately, if there are ugly winter months, this lowers my frequency for some reason. But what do? You have to do something you like at that moment. Find something you like. What did I do? For example, I took a plane and went to the Canary Islands for 5 days. Of course, not everyone can do this. It cannot be done at any time. Because you also need to have some money for the flight. Well, you need the time. And if people work, they can't. But find something you like. Find something that it can be a detail. I, for example, have an hour during my day when I have my special drink, and it's my ritual. It's my daily ritual. And find small rituals like that for yourselves. For your own well-being, this raises the frequency for me.
Yes. Well, for me, reducing the frequency is difficult because I'm always happy. They tell me something, I take it in a completely different way. And no, it's just that since I don't get into those fields, those low frequency areas.
Exactly.
Well,
we are not there. No.
No, we're not compatible with that event. We're not compatible. I mean, it pushes us away like a magnet. I mean, no.
If I repeat, and if it's my turn, because I don't believe we're completely untouchable, and here we live on planet Earth, and at some point, yes, we have to deal with the matrix. But again, it's what I said. Deal with it, but then focus on what you like, and stay there, anchored there. Nothing else can be done. Be strong, because there's no other way. There's no other way.
It's just no way. Let's see. It's because we are in another vibrational state, which is completely incompatible. I mean, they are events that are not compatible, at least with me. They are not compatible.
They are punctual.
I mean, no.
There are specific things we encounter, but no, not much.
Punctual ones, but so it never happens again. I mean, I have it very clear. I mean, as soon as I can, let's see, 4 or 5 people will know where I am, but my intention is to go to a rather isolated place. That's my intention. But the people around me will always be informed. Okay? I'm not going to disappear. Let it be on the record. I'm not going to disappear, nor do I want to disappear.
And I am also not going to separate series. It's important that this is noted again because anything could happen. Another thing that came to mind. Another element that is very important to me, gratitude. Yes, because for example, I am when my frequency drops a bit, for example, the weather or something like that, I focus on in gratitude for the very positive elements happening to me. Like for example, health. This is so important. I feel the appreciation for the fact that I am well. Well, I have my 2 legs, nothing hurts. I don't have strain injuries. Do you know how many people are with hard and difficult diseases and pain? We have nothing. This is a blessing. So focusing on this, for example, on something positive that's happening to you, already lifts you a lot.
The important thing is health, right? Health and being happy.
Because at any moment, and I tell this to Matthias as well, something could happen. Of course, we're not untouchable, we're not invincible, because you say we have a high frequency and we're no longer compatible. But I do believe that at some point, yes, we might, yes, it could touch something. Why? Because we live in the soup of humanity collectively.
Play something,
and certain
that's how she
elements
feels
are
it
touched
breaks.
here. At some point, you are going to die, for example. I am not afraid of death.
What happened?
It is not fear. It is not fear. It is getting there. It is the fact. Or you might get an illness, for example, before dying. So I say we are not invincible, untouchable, immune. I say we're not invincible, untouchable, immune to many things that happen to people. This is to say that we're not different in this aspect. That's why this question came up. How do you deal with these problems? Yes. Okay, we're getting carried away. The next question, what is the role now in the dissemination?
That is, what role do we play in this dissemination?
Yes.
Well, me first. Man, I've never played any role. That's the first thing. No. I simply just pass along information that I was given, which I previously asked if it could be shared. So, my role would be like an intermediary. I mean, they give me information and I share it. That I speak in the past. That was my job. And now what I'm doing is, passing on information again that I had. Some that I have already shared, others that I haven't. And this would be my role. I see this as if it were mathematics. I mean, they have given you mathematical formulas in the form of messages. And now you are the one who has to work out all the equations from all this. In other words, there is a lot of material and a lot of information to share. Sort of like, I don't know, as a way of learning, I mean, there is a lot of information and it's simply about sharing and studying it. But my role, I don't know. I mean, I'm not looking for any kind of prominence. That's first. No type of prominence. Period. I don't know what else to say. Let's see. You talk.
Okay. Well, my role, the role we had before with the information, when we were passing the information, was, to spread the knowledge that. And what we are learning, with them sharing with the people, because they were sharing this knowledge with more people, but no one was sharing it with the public. So that's fine, it's each person's decision, but we saw a lot of importance in this, and we didn't want this for ourselves. For me, this contact was never something for me. I didn't even feel the personal need to have it for myself if I can't share it and extend it to the public. And from there, I found my role. My role was to plant this knowledge through this avatar of Gosia, with humanity, with the terrestrials. So this was my role at that time. Now that we already have Mari, the queen herself of Tegeta, Marisva, who is sharing this knowledge, so there is no better person than the card Anna herself directly sharing the information. So this role now passes to her, and this now transitions us to the role of to be like the support for what she is doing, because I believe that we with our intention, people can see our faces, our enthusiasm, the eyes we have, the emotion with which we talk about this. I think with this, we are giving a lot of credibility to this whole contact and what Marisva is doing as well, because because we are like people. You are on the ground, facing things, speaking with enthusiasm about this in interviews and on shows where people can trust. Many people say, for example, I trust this contact because I trust you, because I know you don't lie, you're not making things up.
Let me see, I never lie.
You can see our sincerity, you can see our intention, that we are pure here. The mistake is here, anyone can do it, but the essence of us is that we are very transparent, and people see it, I think. In fact, I only say it because I see it from your comments. I myself do not see myself, but I think that many people see our intention, which is authentic and genuine, and this gives a lot of credibility, because otherwise they would just be words, right? And since we are looking out for the Tageetians, we are expressing that they are real, and people see our enthusiasm, how we trust them, they also trust them. It is like trust, that trust extended here, that we are cementing in them, with people trusting in us.
Sure, let's see. Yes, if I saw that, oh, this is fake, man, it would really bother me, and I would say so, but I still think they are
so what
real.
I wanted to say, which isn't that my role right now is the support for this knowledge and for the targeting information, with your presence, with your pure presence, spreading knowledge, appearing on social media, appearing with people, being there in the community, speaking in interviews, showing your face, and and explaining all this to the people so that it can spread, so this knowledge spreads, because I don't think just one person is enough. Here we all have a role. In fact, I believe that you all, which one is our role? Yours is the same. It's to expand and sow all these teachings. That's why I am in my Space Academy. I am including the people and what they want to express, because I want all of us here now to take on the role of being mentors, of sowing more and more, of involving more and more masses, more people, expanding this knowledge. So I believe that the role is not only ours here, but also yours, the communities, to go expanding what we have learned and what we are learning. And I also, like you, am always inventing new things and ideas. So I am now with Space Academy. I am very excited because I am there from the start, explaining many concepts in a very academic way, like a teacher there at some Space Academy. And yes, and that is my role, to expand the concepts, the information, the wisdom, the stellar philosophy, what we know about them. So
I think so.
Would it be this? To change the collective unconscious, so that people see things in a completely different way from what reality is, because we are in an upside down world. So it's that. That's our job. This doesn't end. This continues. For example, even if we completely ended the contact completely, for example, like Alex Collier, he keeps working, he keeps talking, he learned. You don't need to depend on anyone. You already have information. But now, talking about another question, which was the last one, what is the contact like now then? Well, how do you know? We don't have contact with Yashki and Azena because they're not here. They're not around at the moment. And well, how do we feel about that? We miss them, but we can't speculate because we are talking about this with Robert, and we don't have data. There isn't enough information to know, So they can tell us what they might be doing. So we just have to trust them. I always trusted Ejasgil, for example. Ejasgil, when she disappeared and went to the island, and Annika came very worried, like, where is she? I remember I reassured her, she's fine for sure. She's doing her things, but of course this was 5 days. Now it's months already.
The contact has completely changed.
The contact changed, of course. I know they will come back. I feel it. in my or in my being, but you don't know when this is true. So it goes like this, but considering where they are and what they're doing, of course this is natural and it's logical to do. If you leave one day without telling me, I'm also going to ask myself,
where is
where
he?
is
I
Robert?
haven't heard anything. It has been a month, at most a month,
is normal,
and I
and it
haven't
is
heard
perfect.
anything, or 2 weeks.
Especially when you had a friendship with these people very close. So of course you have questions, but we are waiting for the answers to present themselves at some point. In this contact, you must always understand, and you not only now, there were always longer contacts that do not, and we always had to be very understanding and tolerant and patient with not having this context, because we have to understand they are there, we are here. There are certain things that we simply cannot know for many reasons, and that has to be understood.
And another very important thing, we have never had expectations. What? Expectations. I mean, okay, if you go with a Swedish girl, well, that's fine with me.
But
I mean,
yes, continue.
No, I mean, I understand, but well...
Yes, but you see, here comes this fine line where we can't be totally indifferent, because
no,
when we were like, oh, yes, it doesn't matter, well, then they interpret it as if, no, that it doesn't matter to us. It's important to understand that to our position, which is a little different from yours, because
of course,
you have,
it has nothing
because
to do
you
with
can
it.
say,
it has nothing to do with it.
oh, we must just let them go and let them be, that everything is fine, trust, don't get attached, right? As I see some people say, it's different for you who are just watching Fena and Eski from the videos without having this personal friendship, talking about personal things. It's easier to say this from the position of, from the standpoint of a subscriber, a follower who simply sees the information but does not have an intimate friendship. So of course, okay, but if we had more than this, and the information in the videos was only a percentage of everything, of the entire friendship.
Sure.
So, of course, we are going to perceive it a bit differently. We cannot be indifferent. And I believe that also speaks well of us, that we are loyal, that we care for them, that here we we cannot just forget and turn the page and that's it. Of course, we are going to respect it, but it would be different if they had said something, right? If, for example, you say, Robert, I'm going to Mongolia and leave me alone. I don't want to know anything. I go, or Robert, I respect you. You're tired. I understand. Done. Of course, that's it. But if you go without saying, then in this case, it does make you think a bit more. Why? Yes, but well, the state of contact now, well, is more or less on pause. For all these reasons, we are now with the absence of Yassi and Athena, who were our contact, the only contact, in fact, because we haven't had contact with anyone in the last 3 years. So this goes like this, goes a bit like this, and that's why you said it changed radically, because of course, because it changed. I just leave this with my last word, which is this, that there is no data. I don't have data. I don't have more information on which I can base much here to formulate theories. I don't want to speculate. I don't want to go into theories. I don't know. We lack information.
Now it's speculation.
And it was always like that. In fact, as I already said, that we were always not told everything. And this always, we always had to respect, and especially in this situation now, which is so delicate with the changes, with the military changes, with assassinations, with, well, I don't know, almost assassinations, death threats, right? Attempted assassinations, these two. Things like that happening. Well, of course, this situation is much more radical than before. It is not just being there in Toleka, although I'm not saying they weren't doing things, they were, but they weren't in such delicate tasks as now. Information is not being shared and the media here are not entirely reliable. You know, the media through which they communicate with them, so they also have to be careful with what they say, with what they don't say. in some cases, it's better to simply not say anything and not communicate because they are being observed. Their actions and words are under continuous observation by the cabal and the federation. And there are leaks, right, of information. There are leaks of intelligence that could be happening. So, in some way, it is safer for them, for this whole situation, to not be in communication now with the terrestrials. This includes us, and we have to continue. And we have to continue with expanding the knowledge, as we were saying before. That's all. And just hope that maybe at some point this changes, because it always changes. Things are always shifting from one side to another. We are already used to it being sparse.
But let's see. I remember that there was one time when there were, I don't know how many months without contact. Do you remember?
That also happened to us. 5 months without notifying.
For now, we're at, I don't know how long. No, I don't know how long it's been. I don't remember.
The last time I spoke with Athena was November 25th, and with Jensky end of October. We're getting used to it, since this ship doesn't always go, to many places, and this keeps changing. Next year we might have direct contact with someone who knows, direct face-to-face, or them showing their face, who knows. All of this keeps changing, right?
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe we are with another race.
Our task continues. I am very clear that my task now is with my Space Academy, still sharing what I need to share with what I have left, because I still have many things to share. I don't know how this is possible.
Today, sorry to interrupt you. When I handed you the hard drive, I was checking, and it had a section with initial conversations. With one of the PETITIONs that we have barely mentioned, I have a lot of conversations, and I realized I had a lot of conversations with Aneka, a great many, that I haven't shared. I must say that I was the person who spoke with Aneka the most. I have a lot. I only have them like Aneka 1, Aneka 2, Aneka 3, Aneka 4, Aneka 5, Aneka 6, 7. Now what I really did was, well, put the title of the conversation to find the conversation as quickly as possible, date, and conversation title. But at the beginning, since the contact wasn't meant to be shared, because some time passed whether it would be shared or not, then I had Aneka 1, Aneka 2, Aneka 3, Aneka 4. Yes. I say, interesting things always come up.
That's right. Here we just have to keep moving forward, because there's a lot of work and no one's extra here. You two, your role is to continue spreading this knowledge, sharing the information wherever, always sharing links, and through any creative task you can think of. It could be anything, like the people who are helping me with the international channels, for example, are there with Space Academy. There are always things to do here. Here it's up to all of us to push this task of transforming the matrix from the inside.
I accept.
From the inside, that's it, right? Sorry, no, we weren't answering any more questions, but they were very specific. For example, I don't know. Something about...
it's just that they were questions that, let's see, we already had more or less established what we were going to talk about.
This makes us personal.
About more personal things.
I'm not saying these questions were bad. It's just that I didn't want these questions for this discussion.
Sure. Okay. Well, that's it, guys. Anything to add to finish?
No, I think I already said that we have to keep going, move forward with creative ideas, pushing this inside, because that's why we're here. We're here for a reason. And I, like you, I don't regret. No, not that I regret. Not only do I not regret anything, but I keep thinking even more that everything, that our task and my task here, especially with the Space Academy, is very important here, to create this node of the Galactic Space Academy on Earth, and continue expanding the consciousness and providing the information. This is what PETITIONs have always done: sowing knowledge.
I am given
and it
knowledge.
Is what I feel is part of my being as well. From here, from within, helping Mari and Shah and sharing her information with more people, showing my face and speaking like this with the enthusiasm and with the faith that that we continue to have in this information.
Very well. Nothing else. I just want to say, well, don't believe anything that comes from official government media. That they are only there to guide our perception. I mean, no matter how intelligent and sensible the things that governments and official media say are, I mean, don't believe anything. Be the one to discern what is real and what is not. That's all. A big hug, guys, and until the next video. Bye, bye. Thank you very much. See you.